So coming off of a split week with a win over number 5 Auburn on Thursday, and then loss at 13 Texas last night. So with that, we are right now we're 5th in the SEC at the moment, in a really tight standings in the league. And again, it's kind of it's interesting in that we are currently we're 6-0 on Thursday nights. Unfortunately, we've lost our last 3 Sunday matches. So good news is we don't play on 2 of the next 3 Sundays. So we've got that going for us. So this week is a single game week. We'll play on Friday in Oxford against Ole Miss. We'll have we should have everyone back from this week for availability. Looking forward to getting ourselves back on the field. Again, the win on Thursday against Auburn was one of our best performances of the year, with ourselves winning, 55% of our duels, getting out to an early lead, and really hitting on all cylinders. The result at Austin was kind of uncharacteristic first half. Went behind on some unfortunate bounces, and then second half was pleased with the way that we came out. Had the majority of the chances. Their goalkeeper played very, very well, and they finished their opportunities. We didn't, and we go out of there without the points. So back to the drawing board to make sure that we get a chance to get ourselves back into the win column, and then we'll be back home the Thursday following when Vanderbilt comes to town. So happy to open up to any questions. Yes.
We can go back behind the lights on the left side to Morgan.
Just what do you know about Ole Miss, and what are some things you're hoping to clean up for the next one?
Well, Ole Miss are a team that has they've had their problems in the league. They haven't won a match yet in the SEC. Excellent goalkeeper. A Japanese national team, played in the Olympics this summer. She is one of, if not the best goalkeeper in the league. She is one of the best goalkeepers in the country. Really a terrific shot blocker. And Ole Miss has got a long history of having some just outstanding goalkeepers. They've had some first team all conference keepers for a long time. So Tomo, who is their goalkeeper coach, has really been outstanding in attracting and coaching some great keepers in the past. So we're going to have to. We're not going to be able to beat her from distance. We're going to have to be able to, be patient in the way that we build up and the way that we finish our opportunities. In the game that they just played against Auburn on Sunday, Auburn, was trying to beat her from outside 25 yards, and it wasn't until the second half when they were able to get the ball into the box and score from inside 12 yards that they really were able to finish their chances. And we'll be looking at some of the same issues that we're much better when we're able to kind of take the ball in and get ourselves into scoring chances, from whether they're cutback crosses or whether they're goals from transition. That's the way we were able to score on a Thursday night.
We'll go third row on the right side to Richard.
Coach, from a training and prep perspective, how does a 1-match week compare to a 2-match week? And on a related note, you mentioned your Sunday struggles. What do you attribute to not having success on Sundays?
Well, the issue on Sunday is we've got to give a lot of credit to our opponents. And again, to our success on the Thursdays, I think it's the extra day of training gives us a lot of an edge. It gives us one more day to prepare the team, gives a little bit more time to recover from the weekend. So having this opportunity to have one more day of preparation, one more day of recovery from this past weekend. This is now our first time that we're going to have a Sunday off after 4 straight weeks of Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. And so this will be a welcome weekend for the players to kind of recover. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, is fall break. Now, that'll be a break from classes, but won't be a break from training for us because we'll go right into another double week of games. So we look at it as those Thursday wins, 6 in a row, pretty much is because we're able to prepare a little bit more and have the players, rested, recovered, and prepared for those games. So we'll look at it the same way as hopefully that'll help us to be that much more ready for what we know is going to be a well-prepared Ole Miss side.
Any other questions for Coach? We'll go third row on the left side to Luke.
Coach, what do you think you've seen from Sydney at goalie and kind of how she's progressed, especially being a true freshman and as SEC play is underway?
Well, Sydney Fuller is someone who, I've said before, she's got, her ceiling is so high. She's got she's quick. She's got, she's unbelievable in the air. She's got great coordination, great timing. She's, as a freshman, I mean, her psychological, view of the game, the way that she sees the game and the way that she kind of stays grounded in herself is really, really remarkable. People always look at goalkeepers as having a kind of a bit of a crazy edge to them. I guess I kind of fit in that as an old goalkeeper myself, but Sid isn't that way. Sid is very, very methodical in the way that she looks at the game. She's a good student of the game in the way that she sees it, in the way that she understands the build-up and the how things kind of, how the layout of the way the game progresses and feeds into it. So I've been really, really impressed in the things that she understands, the things she controls, the things she doesn't control. And it's really, really kind of been, it's been fun to see how her learning process has been just kind of, it's matriculated so quickly in the time that she's been here. So, the goals that were against her in the first half were quickly solved, even by the time we got to the second half on Sunday. And she had a fantastic second half. She did so well. Her range in covering the box in aerial battles, her shot handling, her ability to move around the box, her footwork is all, it gets better and better and better every week. So, the only thing that is kind of is unfortunate is that, time can't happen fast enough because she gets so much better from week to week to week to week. And she's had to kind of deal with some little nagging injuries that have kind of slowed down the ability for me to kind of train her as much as we'd like to, because, we don't want to, we don't want to put her back on any kind of physical issues. So, she's a lovely young girl. She really is a terrific person first and foremost. And it's kind of funny how you see this amazing trend that you got two great parents, in a great household, and funny how these great kids always come from these great families. It's a really remarkable coincidence that always seems to happen. And Sid is just another one of those great Aggies that comes from a great family that is grounded, intelligent, and really has her feet on the ground. So she really is a wonderful person, great representative of the university, and someone that I really look forward to working with every day.
We'll go back behind the lights on the left side to Donna.
Coach, now that you're almost halfway through your SEC portion of the schedule, do you like where you're at in terms of what you have, coming up? And is there anything you feel like needs to get better as you approach the end of, or the back half of the part of the schedule before the SEC tournament?
Well, I mean, we'd like to be undefeated right now because we kind of look at some of the things that got away, and we talk about how we've kind of come into halftime of some games just like going, how did we let that happen? How did we let this happen? And oftentimes because our second halves have been so much better than our first halves, and so you get into you don't want to come out of games with coulda, shouldas. And, we've talked to the players about this, and, we don't want to let things get away from us and slip out of our fingers when you know that you can, you have an opportunity in front of you want to take advantage of it. And we talk about the opportunity that we had on Thursday when you've got a top 5 team like Auburn coming to town and you take advantage of those opportunities like we did. So, in front of us, the road trip to Ole Miss, we want to take advantage of that opportunity. But then going forward from that, we have all these teams that are ahead of us in the RPI. You've got, you've got Arkansas, which is in some polls ranked #1 in the country. You've got you've got Mississippi State, who is another top 5 team in the RPI. You've got Vanderbilt, who's just ahead of us in a couple of polls. You've got LSU, who's just ahead of us in the RPI. So you've got a lot of these teams who are real opportunities for us to make big jumps in our postseason bids and big jumps for ourselves in the SEC race. So all of this is ahead of us. All of this is there for the taking if we take advantage of what's there for us.